Hello, hello, happy Wednesday, and welcome to Shawn and Lacey Live. We have a little bit of a different setup today. I have my other favorite Asian person on the planet, Jane Simbre, joining us today. If you guys haven't met Jane has been working with Shawn and I, Shawn for how long?
Almost 20 years.
20 years, y'all. She's known us for a very, very long time, been in our lives for a long time.
Yeah, so if you need secrets.
No, you don't ask her for secrets, please. She knows too much. But this is Jane's first time on the TV.
This is the first time because I live in California, San
Yep.
Francisco, and so they're usually doing this in their hometown or in Naples, so.
But we're super excited. So as you can see, we are not in our podcast studio. We're actually here at the beautiful Turnberry Marriott in Miami, and we're here for our Marketing Matters event. So
Yes,
how
we
was day one?
are. Oh, absolutely amazing. It's VIP day, so if you weren't here, we get it, but you got to be here tomorrow. So there's still time to register. You can still register.
And fly to Miami and get here
If
tomorrow.
you need to be here, you need to be here.
So more importantly, we also have an actual live audience today. Audience, can you let them hear you? All right.
We have a great crowd here. Thank you guys.
We have a great crowd. I know. I'm super
Thanks for this.
excited. That means that we're going to be taking questions like straight from the crowd. If you guys want to come up here and join us when you ask your question, we'd love that too.
No hard ones, please. This is my first time.
No, yeah, we got to put her through the ringer. Like, give Jane a really good question. And no secrets questions, please. Also, don't forget, we are giving away money like we always do every single week. This week, we are giving away $400, and we will be drawing 4 names, potentially, from the Not So Loved by Lacey digital canasta.
Well, it's what? What'd you say out there?
They don't like the digital canasta. Who likes the digital canasta?
As long as their name comes up,
Thank you,
I
Jody.
think it's fine.
I feel outvoted. Just wait till it doesn't pull your name. We'll see how much you love it then.
Hey, it's money that you didn't have.
That's right. That's right. So, all right. So, James, what do we got for the slides? Anything to show today?
We got the Marketing Matters workshop.
But it does say November 2nd to 3rd, so
So
technically
you
it
still,
makes sense.
like
yes.
Jane said, you have one more day to register, one more day to get in, one more day to fly to Miami and join us for Marketing Matters. We'll be having, of course, our friend David Melcher speaking tomorrow, and the amazing Stefan Lovegrove on Friday. It's an event you don't want to miss.
Yeah,
and
it's going to be
We'll
great.
give you all the details afterwards if you can't make it.
We're going to give him the
Not
details.
all the details, not
Okay.
3 days worth, but the highlights.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying you should have been here.
You should have been here. There's nothing beats a live workshop.
Remember
right?
when I asked you, are you coming to marketing, and you said you weren't? This
Yeah.
is what you're missing out on. I'm just joking.
So one of the things before we take questions, I wanted Jane to talk a little bit about her story because she has been with us for 20 years. How long, Jane, did we tell you that you needed to get out there and market yourself?
Yeah, 20 years. Pretty much. Right?
20 years.
Yeah.
20 years. Jane was super resistant about getting on video, doing content. When we were pushing her and saying, you've got to get your brand out there because it'll do amazing things for your business. And there was a lot of hesitancy. And I think a lot of people out there, maybe even some of you in our live audience, get a little bit nervous about doing content. Overthink the content that you're going to do and stop yourself from actually growing. And
Most
so I
definitely.
think they can relate to your story.
Yeah, I mean, and if you're just like me during that time, it was a mindset thing, right? It was, man, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Maybe I don't want people to, say things that I wouldn't want them to say, things like that. I was a lot in my head. But I think over the years, so let me just start with this first. I think most of you guys know me as Jane, BDC sales director, but I don't think you realize that I'm also, just like everyone else, an entrepreneur. We own a martial arts academy in South San Francisco that is doing absolutely amazing, and so my husband Jay Gennaro and his business partner Mark Tabuso entrusted in me to actually help grow and scale the business.
Yeah.
And so my story goes, I finally decided to just put both feet in and just decide to just go in and start coaching. And so when you hear me talking about coaching, it's not for my benefit fully, but it's just because it was my story as well and the benefits that it had on the business. So this is a story about the marketing part. So we had you remember the Become the Authority Challenge?
Yep, I remember.
That was definitely like the breaking point there. And then I got sold into IPO, right? And so that's IPO, for those that don't know it, that's the group coaching. And so Lacey and Shawn, because I trusted them, they really taught me and my team, or our team, how to do a lot of the marketing, the social media, Facebook, our Ash Tiptoe, just having everything to building community. And so once we did all this stuff, so we joined IPO, I think, in March of this year.
But what was the mindset shift for you? Because a lot of people are like, oh, I think I need to do something different in my business. think I need to market. I think I need to do content. I think I need to get out there. But then they don't. Like, what do you think for you was like, I don't want to say the breaking point, but technically it was a breaking point where you made a new decision to step into something?
Well, it was either like survive or die,
Yeah.
right? I mean, everybody, just like everyone else, we got hit during COVID. And so our business really it was not doing well. And so we needed to make that change. And in order for that change to happen, I needed the guidance and the coaching to be able to get us there. Like I said, I wasn't going to allow our families to starve to death, right? And so at that point, it was like do or die, right? And so thankfully, I have amazing people in my life that guided me and said, hey, we can help you. This is the steps, and this is your next logical step. So if you ever hear me saying that, it's because that is, for me, what helped me to make that decision.
What do you think the hardest thing that you had to do was for your business? Like the thing you were super resistant about that changed everything?
The most difficult was to get the team on board.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because to them it was just like, what are we doing? We're doing that. But once I was like, just trust me. I mean, unless you have any other brilliant ideas, then this is the direction that we are going. And so they're like, okay, well, thankfully my husband trusts me and was like, okay, I trust you. His business partner, super cool guy. He trusted me as well. And I was like, once that we made that decision, it was like both feet in. Like I did not tippy toe 1 foot in and 1 foot out. It became like do it all. And so once we did it all, I mean, our business it's at the highest revenue that we've ever been since we've been in business, ever. And so, and this is not to I'm not a show-offy type of person, but to be able to just know that our business is very close to hitting that $1 million business.
Yep,
it's very exciting. So
good job, Jane.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And then again, I'm no different from everyone else that's here and everyone watching. It's you just have to do it. You have to make that decision that it's either you live or die.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit today on VIP Day here at Marketing Matters. We were talking about how people say, oh, we're feeling the squeeze in our business. Well, number one, you don't want to claim that for yourself and you don't want to claim that for your business. But number two, you have to recognize there is people out there like Jane that were like, I'm going to make a change. I'm going to make a shift. Today, I'm changing everything about the trajectory of my business and we're going to grow. Even when other people are feeling the squeeze, not Jane, not Evolve, right? You guys are growing and having their best year yet. So we want to encourage you that you don't have to participate in that idea of the economy. You can just decide like Jane, I just want to do it. I'm making the decision tomorrow or tonight or right in this moment that I'm going to start marketing my business, putting my brand out there and putting myself out there, even though it's not comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. And even if it is scary, it's at the end of the day, people are also relying on you to make those decisions, you know, and if you're going to be the one that's going to be like, all right, I got to put my foot down and I got to make that decision, then so be it.
I love it.
Got to do it.
Okay, who's got questions? It's like an ask me anything. Ask us anything. Ask Jane and Lacey anything moment.
Yeah.
Nobody?
Ask Lacey and the other Asian girl.
Ask the other Asian. All right, well, we got a question right here from Rich. In the beginning, what was your niche and how did you promote your business? And once you started to see things take off, what were your next steps?
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great question. So we're a martial arts academy, and so our niche is families, parents, 2 parents, and then, at least 2 to 3 kids. And so, we do also have adults, couples, in the facility. And what we did, was initially it was we offered the services, right? Whether it was jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai or fitness, that was just something like we had classes. But what shifted and changed was building the community. So it wasn't just like your typical come to the gym and get the workout. It was now you became a part of a family. And when I think about that, it's like, well, during a recession or when things are going bad, like who's gonna quit on their family?
Right.
Like that would be weird. It's like, okay, I saw Lacey one day and then all of a sudden she quit. And it's like, okay, I thought we were cool and now you're leaving.
Thought we were family,
Yeah, I thought we were family, exactly.
Yeah.
So we built the business to where it would make zero sense for them to cut us off in the budget.
Well, but I think that's super important because we talk to you guys about this all the time on Shawn and Lacey Live. We talk about it in our podcast. Like the number one way to grow your business is to build community.
Yes.
And sometimes people get resistance. They're like, well, I hear you talking about this idea of and always have something to invite people to offer, but that won't work in my business, right? Well, it works in every business. Jane has a martial arts studio, created an Ash Tiptoe, and has created more community. What's your free event?
Our free event is called Saturday, right? So it's a date with the family. And so we theme it like every month. So this month, we had like a Halloween theme, and then we also had this thing called Villains and Heroes, so in honor of like bullying and, just heroes and stuff, we created this event where we invited the community, and then we had a class, and then we offered like goodies and treats for the kids. So it's really like to bring them and hang out and have games and have fun. I mean, who doesn't want that? And it's all free, right? So the Ash Tiptoe is free.
It's free, and it's literally one of the things that sets them apart from other businesses. So you have to make sure that you just step outside of your box and recognize that this is one of the most cost-effective ways with the largest ROI that you could possibly have. And it's just by building community in your business. So
and
get out of your own way and just figure out an Ash Tiptoe.
Like a big part of it too, from like a cost standpoint, like collaborating and partnering with other business locally, that definitely helps so that the cost isn't just, you, and guess what? You're also helping to promote them, in the community, on their social media. You do collaboration invites, with them, and now their social media is like seeing your content, and like you guys talk about that all the time. Again, we just did what you said.
We did what we said.
Yeah,
I love it.
just
All right,
do
let's draw one name from the digital canasta.
Hope I answered that, Rich.
Hey, you in the back.
One name from the digital canasta. Here
Who
we
to
go.
win it
Let's see.
today.
Oh yeah, we didn't even ask who was producing, but it had to be James because of the setup. Nobody
Here I-
else could be on.
James the
Here it
James
is.
is the
Production
best.
booth. I
He's
know.
like the best at this production thing.
It's
got-
his job. You
Yeah.
better
Lou
be the
back
best.
here.
He
We
gets
got
paid to be the best.
Bobby DeLue back here.
We got everybody. The whole team's here.
Yeah,
team's
everyone
back
is here.
So we got the digital canasta up. Let me get the 30-second clock going.
Who to winner?
All right.
Who to winner?
Here we go.
You guys got a good chance. 4 names, $400.
Sean always
Let's
says
roll.
if you see your name, then
Lee
you probably
Frazier. Lee Frazier.
Lee.
Oh,
Lee's-
Lee's always.
He's supposed to be here this weekend too.
Is Lee on?
He got a few extra seconds too.
Oh man, a few extra seconds because you didn't
Maybe
start
he's
the clock.
traveling. Maybe he's
Yes.
traveling though.
You're off your game. You didn't start the clock.
Maybe he could be watching from the plane.
Hey, you can stream now from the plane. You can do all sorts of
can.
things from the plane.
Technology these days.
Lee,
Come on, Lee.
Lee, where you at?
James calling out fake names. See, now everybody just thinks every name that's not their own is fake.
Oh no.
All right. Oh, he's driving to Miami.
Oh yeah, we'll see him.
See?
You
Oh,
won though,
Lee.
but you just didn't.
You know what
claim
though? Lee is going to win by driving to Miami and
Yeah, you're
showing
right.
up tomorrow.
You're
That's what
right.
I think. So
it. I think he's gonna win. I think he's gonna definitely produce
I
400
know.
plus.
I know.
Yeah, for being.
All right. Anybody got questions?
Don't be shy.
You guys are the unliveliest live crowd ever. Okay. All right, we got the mic. Jody's got a question.
Thank
oh my
you,
God, I thought this is a
Jody.
live audience.
Hey, since Jody's asking the question, did you guys know that she wrote a
I know she
book?
just launched her book.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yay, good job. That's definitely a great way to market your business.
That's
you
what I'm
and-
talking about.
Yeah, good job,
Purple in
Jody.
Prison on Amazon. We're recording it right now for audiobook, but you
That's
can get it on
great.
Amazon and or on Amazon for Kindle too.
I love it.
That's awesome. I love that.
So,
Connect
Miss
with Jody
Jane.
if you guys need to write a book.
Yeah, yeah. I have the perfect publisher and editor team if you ever want them.
Oh, there
They
you
are
go. You guys hit up
amazing.
Jody Green if you want to know more.
Boom.
So, Miss Jane,
Yes,
we want to
Jody?
know what are the top 2 things you have taken from Shawn and Lacey, aka Black Diamond Club, and transformed your whole path since you've been with them?
Yeah, thank you for asking that. It's a little bit of a hard question because there's a lot. It's more than just 2, right? Because, I can go back all the way from when I was in school, when I, met Shawn, and Lacey and I went to school together, but I think for me is, I've watched Lacey and Shawn go from, when I say the word nothing, I don't mean like they were like eating, dirt on the floor or anything
We were eating
like
top
that.
ramen.
Yeah,
Technically, it's
same,
dirt.
same.
Still cruddy for you.
Yeah, but I watch, so it's the inspiration component of it, that it's possible for me, right? And so I think there's an aspect where you think that these big dreams or things that you have set for yourself is not possible, but when you actually see people who you admire, look up to, who are mentors to you, go work their way from like I said, ground zero to like nothing to everything that they've created, is a huge thing. So it gives me the inspiration, I don't know if I've ever told that to Lacey, it gives me the inspiration to really know that all I need to do is work hard, go for the things that I'm passionate about, and not give up, right? Definitely having a plan, right? So you can't just go blind, into something without really knowing. But it's the ability to be able to have a strategy, a plan, so that you know how you're going to get to your destination. Now, there's a chance that I may have gotten there, but it might have taken a lot longer, right? And so, so just to sum that up, is just really being able to like believe in myself, to know that it is possible because I know people who have been there. So that's one. That sounded like kind of multiple, but I think 2 is this is something that I really see. I continue to see Shawn and Lacey do. So I'm also a chiropractor. I don't know if anyone knows that. I practiced for 15 years. I was one of these specific chiropractic center franchisees, and for years I thought I was going to seriously do this until like I die. Right? And so I love chiropractic. It's still something I absolutely believe in. But to be able to have other dreams and to know that I can pursue other passions in my life is possible, right? And I grew up in a household where it was like my mom retired at 30 years in a company that I thought, okay, well that's me too. I have to stay in the same thing that I'm doing. But at that point, it's okay to be able to grow, scale, and do other things that you're passionate about. And I see Shawn and Lacey and what they're doing, and their mission and their purpose is to be able to make more money so they can impact more people, right? Like, let's be honest, like you need money in order to be able to do more things.
And that's such a powerful point, because I think a lot of us, we have this idea of how we're going to live our lives, and we've pre-planned it all the way until we die. We decide this is how we're going to generate revenue, this is how we're going to serve the world, and that actually limits us to because we don't give ourselves permission to do the next thing that's really supposed to be in our future. And so I've watched Jane do that.
Yeah, there's an aspect of me that felt like I was a failure, right? It was like, oh my gosh, if I'm not doing the thing that I thought that I was supposed to do, then it's a failure. And the truth is, it's not. People like are called, by God to do the things that their purpose is for in life. And if it's not the thing that you've been doing for 15 years, it's okay if it changes. And like I said, I watch Shawn and Lacey. They know how to run a chiropractic practice, a successful one. They help other chiropractors build, successful practices. But they're business consultants, they're entrepreneurs, they're everything. They do a lot of amazing things. So definitely admire, and I'm inspired by that.
I love it. We've got lots of questions from YouTube, so I'm going to go there too until somebody else has a question in the audience. Jen Troy's asking, what are good ideas for Nash Tiptoe for a business that doesn't have a brick and mortar? All employees and all clients are virtual. She struggles with ideas. So here's one thing I want to say. Also a limiting belief that because you don't have a brick and mortar that you can't do an Nash Tiptoe in one. And so I want to encourage anybody that doesn't actually have their own office space, use somebody else's. Like if you're like, man, I can get a lot of clients from my local community, I can create something in my local community that people would enjoy or people would love, and just use somebody else's space. Collaborate with another business. Find a place where more of your ideal clients are going to and say, can I bring people here, right? A restaurant, a coffee shop, somebody else's business or practice. A lot of people love the idea of you bringing your network into their space. Heck, we love the idea of people bringing their network into our space.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
I mean, because that is a good idea. But if you're also a business where you have people from all different parts of the world or areas of the world, like, you know, they live far from you, then doing one online, an Ash Tiptoe online, is something that is super beneficial. Like a good friend of mine, she wanted to start a Bible study, you know, and so she set up a Bible study to where like all of the people that are on there are not even from the same area. And so she's building that community, and you're still providing value to this community, you know, and eventually, right, if it's a part of what you want to grow and build, they begin to
You
trust.
can do meet and greets online. You can do
That's technology nowadays, right? I think
connecting
people do
through, you know, cocktails and connection, like online, and just have like a little happy hour.
Well, a
You
lot
can
of
do all
times
sorts
it's
of
more
things.
convenient for people, right?
Yeah.
Because like they have a family, they have kids, and they're not able to leave, and so now their kids are running around like.
I love it. So, okay, so this is for you, Jane.
Okay.
How many Street Fighters have you made see red and they just black out from rage?
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Oh, right.
Okay,
She'll take you
come
down,
on.
though. You better be careful with that
unless
question.
you try to, you know, physically attack me, like I'm absolutely a person.
What if somebody
that,
tried to physically attack me?
Well, I would
feel like
protect
you would have to protect
Oh
me.
my God! In high school, I feel so bad. I was like, this girl was trying to like beat up my friend, and then I like tried to beat her up, and then I got called into the dean's office.
So you tried to beat her up. You didn't actually beat her up.
Well, she ran away.
Okay.
And then she ran to the office and told on me. What the heck? You're trying to beat up my friend. I was like, dude, my friends are important to me. I got my friends
so
back.
you're a little bit of a fighter.
Well, if I have to, that's my point. I won't start the fight. That's the thing. Like, I won't start it.
If anyone wants to see Jane's technical skill, just have her take you down real quick. Yep.
Robert, where are you?
All right, we have another question. Best advice for protecting your headspace when it feels like everything is on fire?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's actually important, right? For me, it's definitely stepping away and going into prayer for me, right? And for those that it's not stepping right into the fire, right? Because it's difficult to even make the right decisions when your mind isn't clear. And so if you need time to just kind of step away, go to a place where you feel at peace, where you can reset yourself, I think that just allows you to, you know, to get back to who you are, that can make the right decisions.
Yeah, and I would say too, when there's like lots of chaos in your head and there's lots of things going on, that's actually a time to simplify what you
Definitely.
like take in. And so maybe doing, you know, less on social media, unfriending certain people, blocking content that's feeding you things you don't want to feed. So a lot of times when you feel like everything's on fire, it's just a moment to slow down.
Yeah.
And by slowing down, you actually be able to protect yourself and then have the space and the freedom to speed back up when you feel right again. So
No, for sure. I
super
think
important.
even like, because I think a lot of times we try to like look at the high mountain to climb where we don't take the
step right in front
steps
of
right in
us.
front of us.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's daunting because we're trying to like climb it in like one day.
Yeah.
You know, so looking at what that task is or what's overwhelming you and just taking it like one step at a time.
Alika, that's the time when you tell yourself, control the controllables. Like, that's all you want to do is you want to control what you can control and then don't worry about everything else. One foot in front of the other, right? Don't
Most
think too far
definitely.
ahead. Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, should we do another name?
Yeah.
Hey, you in the back.
I want to give away Shawn and Lacey's money. Come on now.
No, we're doing another name.
I can't hear. I'm listening to it on my
Nombre. Is that name? That means name in Spanish,
Yes.
right?
There we go. All right, another name.
All right, here we go. Come on, James, make someone happy.
Let's go with
Lee Frazier.
No, he
Taylor
doesn't get another 30 seconds.
I know.
Taylor Schultz.
Taylor Schultz.
Did you start the
Schultz.
clock? I can't see.
Yes.
I thought it was
Taylor
like
Schultz.
one of the Taylors. Like,
You know what? I feel like Taylor's been called before because my family name is Schultz. And I was like,
so-
oh, that's very similar to how I spelled my family name. But
Is it like a
Taylor
relative of yours?
no.
Oh.
I don't think so. Okay. Taylor Schultz, are you on here?
Come on, you got a few more seconds left.
more
Taylor.
seconds.
I know we have a lot
Taylor.
of like Taylors, last name Taylor.
Yeah.
Here. Like
Well, this is, Jim Taylor. He's on. Fake name. Taylor.
not you, James.
No, sorry, buddy.
James fake name Taylor.
Fake name Taylor.
These are all real names. Like these are names that I've
I
seen and
know.
talked to.
I know.
Yeah, new
Nobody.
peeps.
They don't believe Shawn and I. Maybe they'll believe you.
Yeah, no, it's
Jim
real.
Taylor.
It's real.
All right, let's draw one more.
Okay.
One more name.
Come on, winner. Wait, we have 2 more.
We have 2 more. We're gonna draw
Yeah.
one more, and then if there's
Okay.
any more questions, we'll answer one more question, then we'll do it again.
It's your chance, peeps.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Corey Burt.
I didn't even see Corey Burt.
Corey Burt.
Corey Burt. We're
Burt.
delayed up
Where you
here.
at?
All right, Corey, are you on?
That's like 2 first names.
This is for $400. I feel like I would show up for 30
$400.
minutes for
Oh,
$400. If I could make $400 in a half hour, if I knew that I potentially could make $400 in a half hour, I do make
Dude,
$400 in a
yeah,
half hour.
most-
But
I think
you
you make
know
more
what?
than that.
I would still, I do, but I would
Yeah.
still show up for $400 for 30 minutes.
Dude, I show up every week. Is my name in this canasta? I do. I'm a paying customer here. I'm an IPO coaching client.
Luki, is her name?
Is my
in the-
name in there? I feel like I should deserve to win. And don't be a hater if I do win
Yeah,
and
Luke,
say that they
is
made
she
me win.
in the canasta?
Is my name in the canasta?
Jane needs to know if she's in the canasta. She's never even seen it spin by.
Never. Actually, my husband, John Gennaro, he won once, and then I was like, oh, he won, and Shawn goes, yeah, he won, but he didn't claim it. I was like, oh,
Oh, yeah. So maybe his name's in the canasta.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because, you know, if we put your name in there and you won, maybe people think it was rigged.
yeah, haters.
Yeah.
It's cool.
All right. You're not there, Jane. People feel bad. Risk versus reward. What chances have you taken? Are there decisions you regret? And if so, how did you overcome them?
Yeah. So I've learned not to regret decisions, right? Because I look at mistakes. I look at things that don't work out as mistakes, things that I can learn from. So I don't look at anything as a regret. Anything in my life, it's a part of what had to happen in order for me to get to that kind of next level. One of the things that we did do, and I won't say that it was like it didn't do that, but it was probably like something like that we decided not to continue. So we decided to actually work with a radio station.
Oh, yeah.
And so, it was great, because it did promote our business, but they never had anybody like us, like on their show, or not on the show, like promoting us and things like that. And so there were a lot of like, kind of, I don't want to say sketchy things, but there were things that was like, dude, we're paying lots of money here. Like, we
You got
deserve.
scammed a little bit?
Not scam because we actually know the people there,
Okay.
right? So it wasn't the scam. I just think that they didn't prepare as well. And so, but again, it's not a regret because we met a lot of like, people through the process, right? And so it allowed us to like practice.
It may have
and-
gotten you a different return than you expected.
Yeah,
right?
most
So I think
definitely.
that's important.
Yeah, and I think those things happen in business, right? You're gonna have to take risks, and then you have to like learn from it and be like, yeah, we're not doing that again.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, one of my favorite movies growing up was Empire Records. Did you ever watch that movie?
No,
'Cause
but
we're
it
like
sounds
the same
familiar.
age. I bet you would know the movie
Yeah.
if you saw it. And one of the very first lines in the movie is, "I do not regret the things I have done, but those I did not do." And I loved that line. Even when I was young, I heard that line, and I was like, "Man, isn't that the truth, right?"
Yeah.
Like, so you have to not regret all of the stuff that you've done. Thank you, Paul Natoli, for knowing my movie.
Yeah. Paul's
But
awesome.
I think that the biggest regret comes in the action that you didn't take. In the
Absolutely.
risk that you didn't take, and recognizing that it could have paid off, or it could have given you an ROI that was
Yeah.
unexpected, or it could have provided relationships that you've been looking for. So I
Sure.
think it's super important too to not worry about the things that you have done that maybe didn't work out so well, but pay attention more to the things that you haven't done, and say, I'm not gonna live in a space where I make decisions to not do things that I think would actually benefit me, right?
Well, and the
so I
good
think that's
thing-
super important.
The good thing also is that you still have a chance to do those things,
Yes, you
right? I
do.
mean, you're still alive, breathing, so you can
Go
still
back
do
and do
that.
'em.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, like, there's an aspect of like I would have loved to like compete, a lot more, but I was in this process of like the business, and that was more important. So it's like prioritizing, those things, but it's not a regret. It's just more like, man, I wish I did that, or I wish I, did this, but that just wasn't where God was calling me at the time. So
Yep.
I accept it.
I love it. One
Yeah.
of my favorite lines. All right. We answered lots of questions. We're going to draw our last name for the evening, and hopefully James can pull a name that wins. I say
want
this.
someone in this
I say
room.
this every week. Actually, Bailey's the lucky guy over there. Every time that Bailey produces, he pulls a winner. So maybe we
true.
have to just wait until Bailey's producing again.
Might have to wait till
Maybe we'll
then.
rub Bailey's head, or we'll rub James's head. Like, come on,
Right,
James.
come
bring
on,
it."
James. What do you got on the digital canasta?
All right.
Let's go.
All right, here we go. Last name
on.
is Richard Downs.
Oh,
Richard!
Dr. Downs.
Oh
Dr.
my goodness.
Dr.
What?
Rick
I
Downs.
think is Doc on his way here? I think
He
he's
should,
probably
yeah,
on
he
his
should
way
be here. Yes, Richard
he-
Downs is a client of Shawn's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick's been a client of Sean's for a really long time. See, okay, Mike Mert knows that is not a
That's
fake
not a
name.
fake
Everybody
name.
knows he's not a fake name. He is
I will
probably at the
personally-
Miami airport.
He probably is.
Most of you have met him. He'll be sitting here in the corner, really quiet,
Yeah.
soaking everything in like he does every single time.
Sorry.
Do you know what that means, though?
That means $500 next
$500.
week. Yay!
Next week
I
we're
know.
up to $500. What
Five
you got,
big
Pat?
ones.
Bailey next week.
Oh, and you guys, and it's Bailey
There
next
you
week.
go.
So
See
I mean,
that?
if you guys want to win, you got to show up next week. It's Bailey next week. So that means a winner is getting drawn.
I like it when I remember when one of the students from Life West
I
won
know.
$1,100. I was
Yes.
like, wow.
I would love to be a student winning $1,100.
Yeah,
I
dude,
would have
that was
eaten
like
that
winning
up.
the lotto
Yeah.
for a student.
I think $500 for 30 minutes of your time.
For
that's
sure.
That's easy money. That's
Today
easy
we're
money.
not eating ramen. Today we're eating a ribeye steak.
All right, everybody. We'll see you again next week on Shawn and Lacey Live.
Adios.